the shadows of moonlight, these two remain. In the depths of night, they find love's eternal flame. Though they lie side by side, their hearts are torn apart. A rogue vampire's love for an elder's heart. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's arms are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn. Remember the night, the radio songs, they dance in darkness where they belong. Love is a game, easy come, easy go. But their love is deeper, they can never know. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's songs are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn. Years have passed, the pain remains. A wound that's healed, believes it stains. She could have saved the love that fateful night if she found the words to make it right. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's arms are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn. Love is was and is forevermore, choosing power and money over the one she adored. The fate of their love is a thorn in life. Her betrayal fell deeply, it cut like a knife. Oh my God, vampire of the night, Nessa's arms are your guiding light. With every thorn a rose of love is born in this tale of vampire's love and scorn.
Oh, hey, hi, hello. Welcome on in to another episode of Indy by Night Blurred Lines. Um, we will go ahead and get started for tonight's episode 7. Blame Julia. No, sorry, Repercussions. Um,
Wow.
we're going to go around the room, introduce who you're going to be playing, and what are your thoughts so far on this very, very public execution. And we'll go ahead and start with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I am playing Marlowe. Um, Marlowe got into this mess chasing magical power and eternal life. And now people are getting lit on fire. Uh, he's still not quite sure who's who. He's definitely a little bit concerned, but not. I think he doesn't know enough to really know what all of this means yet.
Wonderful. Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'll be playing Julian, and Julian, I think, is pretty pleased with himself right now. He left, and there were no yellow suited people, so he thinks that maybe his reaction got the necessary result that he was hoping for.
Exactly. No yellow suited individual lighting a match. That is correct. Next up, we have Rob.
Hi everyone, I'm Rob. I'm going to be playing Vincent tonight, and Vincent was apparently a little bit distracted for the recent times and is not having a strong memory of what happened, but is feeling oddly hungry.
That's fair. Barbecue Zemitzi is on the menu. Next up, we have Lennon.
Hello, I'm Lennon, and I'll be playing Kenneth. I think Kenneth is very concerned, somewhat regretting the fire method, um, and we'll definitely see what happens.
Barbecue, indeed. And last but not least, Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. Um, yeah, so I'm playing Riley. Things are going to be great there, and Riley's just kind of happy that some revenge was got, even kind of a little detached. But you spend all that time hunting somebody that makes weird flesh crafts and whatnot, threaten your friends, and finally they get got. Hell yeah, watch her burn. I guess not watch her burn because we weren't allowed to, but
Well, you guys could watch just from a very, very safe distance.
fair. But yeah.
Uh, as we are heading to pick up where we had left off, there is a single remorse check that we've been forgetful for the last couple of sessions. Marlowe killed a guy.
Only a little.
Only a lot. Um, you could say they were a husk of who they used to be. Um, and it may have went against Marlowe's tenants here, but we'll go ahead and roll this and see if Marlowe's feeling remorseful about what they did, or if this is the first hit to humanity this chronicle gets to see 6 episodes in.
Well, if history repeats itself, it's going to be a fail because that's what happened to Carter. So let's go.
Part of a lineage. Congratulations. You have more of a heart than your sire did. I don't know what to say.
That depends, right? Like Carter liked to pass remorse tests too because it gave him more space to eat people.
Yep. Like I said, more of a heart than your sire did. um, but as you are watching this person kindred thing burn in front of you, um, that mixed in with the first killing from your hunt sort of collected itself as you wipe your face away and there's a tear that ran out of your eye. It seemed like you felt like you were crying, but you sort of wiped away and it was a single drop of blood. But the barons begin to gather up once more as this situation unfolds. Loud music begins to play through the stadium speakers. to cover up the horrid sounds emitting from the pitcher's mound. And this is where we are picking up on this wonderful, wonderful night. What would you guys like to do?
Does it seem like the formal proceedings are over?
Yes. And as the music picks up and the flames roar on, people begin to dance wildly in this open field.
Oh, now it's my scene. Okay.
Looks like the rant is over and the rave has begun.
I kind of look over everybody and just kind of take stock of them real quick, making sure everybody's all right. Just kind of quick points at everybody. You good? 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 How we feeling?
I think when you point at Vincent, Vincent is still looking towards the pitcher's mound and watching the person who got lit up. Hmm? Oh, yeah. Doing great.
All right. Um, don't let it get to you. She earned it, deserved it even. So,
Oh, of course. Of course.
but yeah. Also, I have a thought for later for you. Just I need to cook on it a little bit. It's the spark of a thought. I need to kind of get that thing going, but I know it involves you, so I'll swing back around in a little bit. Um, but looking to the whole group at this point, now it's a party. So I vote we party. Unless our sage like Julian over here says maybe parties are bad.
Julian's not with you.
Oh, he's not.
No,
Yeah.
You
Julian,
left, didn't you?
Yep,
Yeah,
Julian went
I'm outside of
inside
the
the car.
stadium.
Oh, well then I will take this chance to call Julian.
Hello.
I've got a couple people I'd like to talk to, but if y'all are looking to be seen around here, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Kind of like half covering the phone. Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds great. Do your thing. We'll be around.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hey. Hey, yeah. Hi. I was answering a question while it was ringing. So it's party time now. Are parties okay?
I will look at the stadium and open my third eye and see what I see.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your premonition roll.
There it is. All right.
I believe with premonition, there's no like DC set for it. It's just the more successes, the more clear and stuff it can be.
Yeah. Okay, let me real quick. There we go. Okay.
Holy
Okay, that would be
This-
7 successes.
biscuits. As you focus on the different threads of possibilities, you can almost hear like the music, like you can hear the music off in the distance as you begin to focus. But after a few moments, it's like your ears and your senses of hearing are within the stadium now. You haven't felt like you moved, but you now feel like that sense has moved over there. People laughing. You have murmuring of small conversations, unable to tell what exactly they're on about. You hear the sound of a fire roaring within as well, covered by the music. everything seems fine. But almost like as the sound seems to sort of get muffled a bit, you begin to hear what sounds like a Jack in the Box beginning to play. And you just hear, the itsy bitsy spider walks up the water spout. And then the music continues to go. Parties, everyone's seeming to enjoy themselves before your sense of hearing returns back to you and you awaken from your standing state.
Um, yeah, you should be okay. Just keep your eyes peeled for spiders.
Okay.
I'm
That's a
gonna,
little less ominous than the last ones. I'm here for that.
you know, not ominous, less. This just less defined.
Okay. Are you coming back at all or no?
No, I'm gonna get a cab and I'm gonna head home.
Okay. Not to be a broken record, but think about maybe ending that hunger strike, man. I don't think it's any good for you.
Okay, goodbye. Click.
All right. All right. Julia says party's good. Party on, everybody. Something about spiders, though, so hope nobody's arachnophobic.
I hope there are no Nazis that have spiders as a thing.
I hadn't thought about that, and now that's all I can think about.
Yeah.
Sounds like maybe he's not coming back.
No, he said he was gonna catch a cab and head home. I'm worried about him, but I don't know what can actually be done, free will and all.
Yeah. Well, maybe once this is done, we can make sure he got home.
Yeah, that for sure. I'm more worried about the the other part of it, but you can only Gandhi so long, right?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Cool. So, I mean, figure split up, do your thing. It's a party, have some fun, but holler if you need anybody, right? Sound good? Sound good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Don't get in trouble, love you, bye. And Riley's gonna spin move out of the group and disappear into the crowd.
I can visualize that spin move.
Yeah, it's a good spin move.
Before Vincent walks off, I will kind of motion over to him, see if I can get his attention.
Yeah. What's going on?
I mean, this whole thing has been a lot, obviously. I don't know about you, but I'm really feeling like we need to do something to establish like our place, right? This, I don't know, people, executions and barons and all that. We're just kind of floating around. Do you have any idea of how we can, I guess get some territory? I don't know if that's how it works.
Yeah. I guess I don't know the specifics, but I have to imagine that that's something that the Baron would be able to deal with. So maybe we plan on trying to get a couple minutes with Fairfield.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, do we think we go and ask for it, or do we think we like tell them we want to take some? How you'd want to play that?
Give me a minute to ask a couple questions and figure out if there's folks who have that kind of thing already, and how they got it. But my expectation is that we need to offer something in exchange.
All right. I'll back your play.
Yeah. Cool. So, unless the two of you want to do something specific, I want to go and talk to, I guess, my, what's the word? Sire, dad, father?
One of those.
It's me laughing, not my character. Yep. Sire. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Sounded a little Bram Stoker, but I guess that's us now. I guess, Bruce, do people seem like they're just out and about socializing, or are people retreating back into their cliques, or...
It's a little bit of both. You can definitely see that there are the cliques that are sort of dancing all together, but you can definitely see there's a lot of intermingling happening as well. Sort of using this opportunity to dance, and it looks like for the most part, there are some people who are very obvious that they're having a conversation, but most people are definitely trying to disguise it through the fact of dancing. But you can definitely tell some, not necessarily heated. There's no like heated conversations, but it definitely seems like everyone who's talking has a smile on their face and things of like that nature.
Cool. So you'd mentioned earlier that I saw somebody, the person who jumped out of the bushes at me,
Correct.
around before. I'd like to go try to find him.
Yeah.
And see what he's up to.
Go ahead and roll wits and awareness for me, please. DC's gonna be 3 on this.
Okay. I do really want to do this. I'm gonna willpower reroll. Nope.
Okay. As you are looking around, you spot them for a moment, wearing again a mostly covered mask, or mostly covered face of a black mask that covers a good 3/4 of their face, before a crowd sort of moves in together as the music sort of hypens up, and then when they sort of spread apart again, the person's disappeared.
Okay. Then I guess I would like to pivot and make my way to X.
You do see the 2 individuals who you guys had bumped into the park earlier this evening, talking with X, but at the process, X is dancing with both of them, and you can see him sort of attempt to be very sly about it, but handing over a couple of flasks, metal flask. Can't see what's inside of it, but like trying to slide of hand a couple of flasks to these, and one to each individual before they head out and head up towards leaving the baseball field.
Okay, so they're headed out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'd like to move up to him and like do the bare minimum that would be considered dancing. Definitely just like kind of standing and bobbing.
Absolutely love that for you. Are you attempting to make eye contact with X to sort of signify that you're waiting a turn for this conversation?
Yeah.
Okay. A few moments later, X starts dancing towards you. As he gets closer and closer, he begins to look around a little bit, it looks like he's either keeping tabs or trying to see who's paying attention, if anyone. What can I do for you?
No nights off, huh?
Never.
Saw that your boys are headed out again.
Always.
Wanted to talk a little bit about if potential business opportunity was something that was appealing to you.
Always. At least in the. I'm never going to say no to a business opportunity I can listen to, to say the least.
Well, we talked earlier tonight about potentially setting up a new sales flow for your business here. I wanted to see if that was something that you still wanted.
You see him take another look around, but a little bit slower this time. Close his eyes. It almost looks like he's just hardcore listening to the music and letting it sink in for a bit. What have you got to offer?
Fairly extensive history of similar sort of sales.
Okay. Come with clients?
Not necessarily, but what you're selling is pretty unique.
It is. And that's why a lot of times when I add new business, they have to have clientele they can have their hooks in already. Because something like this, you get people that get scared or spooked. Well, let me ask you this. How did you react when my couple of colleagues offered you to sell?
Let me put it this way. They walked up to a group of people who recently found out that they had something to hide and were very obviously doing a drug deal. It was concerning. We were suspicious, if anything.
Right. And that's because I'm assuming that most of you don't typically find yourself in those sort of situations frequently.
That specific one, sure. But doing something illicit, it's something I've done before, but more subtly, more with people who are likely to be a receptive audience already. A little less cold sell.
My point here. If you want in, I need you to prove to me that you have what it takes to find some individuals who would be interested in this sort of thing. You bring
Sure.
back 5 individuals that we can make some profit off of, I'll get you in.
Okay. It's a possibility. I might recommend a little bit of repackaging and maybe upcharging. Something that I think that you might get a little bit more of the country club folks interested in if you were charging a bit.
I have one rule when it comes to selling this, though.
Sure.
If you get into this business, I don't want any sort of deals being made with people in government in any capacity. We've seen in the past that SI likes to blend in with those sort of organizations, and anyone gets a whiff of this, well, you can ask around what happened about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, completely understood. SI, that's the Second Inquisition, right?
That's the one and the same.
Yeah, heard about him. Understood. Hey, while we're talking, there's somebody who was walking around here who was wearing a black mask. I'm gonna give him a vague description of the person that I saw before. You know who that is?
No, I don't. But my resources tell me they work for someone. I don't know who that person is yet, but they work for someone. So we're definitely trying to gather information information on who this person is.
Got it. Got it. All right. Well, if you come across it, it's something I'd be interested in.
Oh, one last thing. Um, Vincent, yeah?
Yeah.
And with a big smile on his face, he looks around. You ruin my business, I will have a fate worse for you than what you witnessed here. Okay?
Understood.
Great.
Understood.
Great. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Hey, one more thing. How'd you end up with the Starbucks?
Previous business arrangement before Miss Hill took it over.
Got it. All right. Have a good night.
Yeah, he was well. You see him start dancing off by himself before a similarly weighted scene happens where someone else seems to go and begin to talk to X.
Cool. I'd like to just go around and see if I can do a little bit of gossiping. And basically, I'm trying to ask without asking who else has something that's theirs and how'd they get it?
Sure. Go ahead and roll. It's going to be a super fun dice pool for you, I'm sure. Charisma plus politics for me.
Nope. But we will roll it. What's my DC?
DC's going to be 2.
Well, it's technically possible.
Oh,
Hey,
look at
too.
that.
Hey. One of the few individuals who seems to be openly talking about territory that is theirs or that was given to them was a certain Nosferatu who is in the process of talking to a couple of individuals and dancing. That may or may not be accompanied by a couple of worms. But he is talking about the warehouse that you guys, a warehouse you guys, matching the description, was given to him by Fairfield.
Okay. So yeah, then eventually I'll make my way back to the group and confirm. Seems like that sort of thing is handed out by Fairfield.
While all of this is going on, what is the rest of the group attempting to do?
I mean, Marlo's just kind of waiting for Vince to call him over.
Yep.
So, not much.
Kenneth is actually gonna go towards the one worm guy, the one Nosferatu that keeps popping up.
Damn, don't even have his name. It's messed up. Just the
Facts.
worm guy.
Trademarked.
Trademark even.
Captain Wormhands.
You do see that it looks like he is currently dancing with some individuals. Both very, very well dressed. And almost like goth punk rocker mix thrown together of these individuals that are dancing with him currently.
Okay, I'm just gonna sort of go up and just make myself known, do a little wave.
Looks around. Sort of nods a little bit. Both of the individuals sort of disperse through the party before they eventually sort of disappear amongst the crowd. And it's now you and Worm Guy, TM.
So I had a question for you.
He goes ahead and grabs you by the wrist and like pulls you in as you guys are now dancing.
All right, cool. Can't dance, by the way. Just gonna tell you that right now. But anyway, I noticed there's a lot of cliques and sort of communities of all sorts of kindred here, but I don't really see much of our kind here. there like a reason for that, or am I just not looking hard enough?
You may be looking hard enough, but there is. We have a certain set of skills of making ourselves difficult to perceive in one way or another. Whether it's through obfuscation, where the senses do not seem to be picked up, or some of us perceive the capability of being sort of masked. While you and I are still one and the same, I did not get the curse that you were afflicted with, unfortunately. So I look a little bit more normal or mundane. I just have these friends that keep me company.
Yeah, must be fun.
It's annoying sometimes.
I guess I was just curious as to get some connections or information of some sort to be able to sort of make my way a little bit better. I'm just sort of here and
Looking to connect with your own kind, as it were.
yeah, to put it that way.
Are you familiar with the area?
Not extremely. I pass through a lot of places, so I don't really stick in one spot.
All right. There's a big, very big, very big cemetery, Crown Hill. It's where our territory is. As in,
Mountain Cemetery.
check it out.
Thanks.
Of course. And please, I know you have a group that you were raised with, but try to keep that to yourself.
Will do. I can be pretty secretive, I guess.
Good skill to have.
True. Okay, well, I'll go be secretive somewhere else.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Noted. I'll sort of just walk away. Try to find like Marlo or Vincent or something.
You definitely see, at this point, you see Vincent in the process of having a conversation with X. But you do see Marlo sort of standing more or less where you guys had left. Just sort of standing and waiting on the side.
If there's time while all this is happening, Riley's gonna be kind of dancing through everybody, trying to, actually enjoy the space, but still trying to pay attention, looking for other, what's it called? I can't remember the name that was given to us for what we are, like the night something, whatever. People that were raised on the same night as us. I figure we all stand out pretty hard as not knowing much.
You guys definitely did prior to like the rant portion. But now you wait to the rave portion and people are just sort of blowing off steam.
Okay.
Significantly more difficult to tell as people have sort of bought in to this portion of the conversation.
No, nobody wants to do the work, but everybody wants to party.
Yeah. Spoken like a true Anarch. Welcome
Valid.
to the movement.
Welcome in. We party every Tuesday. Yeah. Then I'm looking around, seeing if there's anybody that I can spot that way. If not, then I would also be looking for other Toreadors. So I figure they might be decently easy to pick out of a crowd.
They are, all of them are very much, besides Brink, all of them are sort of in a circle dancing with themselves.
I will dance my way that way and try to get into their little dance circle.
As you dance over that way, you get a firm grasp on your wrist.
I'm gonna look at him like you just threw off my groove.
You look over and it's Brink.
Like eyes stay the same, smile shows up. Hello.
I appreciate your concern. But and at this point, Fairfield steps in, and the arm is released, and hands go behind Brink's back, sort of like, not like he's hiding anything, but like, just more or less like standing in up amongst a pier.
Okay.
Fairfield looks up. We doing all right here? Brink just sort of smiles.
Could kind of look between them and go, I think so? I think I'm getting reprimanded?
Fairfield looks over towards Brink. No, I was telling one of the children here to enjoy the party.
Well, now, again, because I feel like I understand where the original part of this was going. If I'm overstepping some bounds here, I am sorry, and I would love to know, because that's not my intention. But at the same time,
Wits and
to
insight
both
for me as you're having this as you're saying this.
wits and insight.
Yeah, wits and insight.
Okay, that's not bad. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this, right? Don't everybody encourage me at once. Oh God.
You got this. What's an insight?
We
got this,
can.
Thank
Riley.
you.
You're so good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
I
you.
would
Oh
say
my
we
God.
can, you can,
What's
but
the
we
worst
can.
that could happen?
What's the worst
Yeah,
that could
Wits
happen?
and insight.
I'm talking a little bit of shit to a Baron right now. And none of my social things would apply to that, as this is mental, I'm assuming.
Correct.
All right, fine. 6 dice don't fail me. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty's gonna be 3.
All right, 6 dice don't fail me. We get there. I can willpower if that'll get me a little bit more, but I'd rather not.
No, if you hit 3, that's all you need.
Okay, cool. We're chilling.
You definitely see Brinks for a moment eyes shoot daggers over to you. But looks happily back towards Brink. Or towards Fairfield, excuse me. No, please. No, I was just trying to get your attention. It's loud.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry, I misread that. But as to my behavior from earlier, I'm going to look at both of the barons. I sincerely apologize if that was overstepping any sort of bounds. I picked up on a different energy in the situation than I believe was being put out. So sincerely and humbly, that is my fault, and I apologize.
No, it's the point of the rant portion. Fairfield sort of brings up. We get a little bit heated, and then we need to turn around and blow the steam a little bit, and that's what this portion's for. So, please continue to speak your mind.
See, that's where I get in trouble, is when you tell me that kind of stuff.
Brink just shakes his head and looks towards Fairfield. Good luck. Have a good rest of your raid. As Brink sort of excuses himself from the conversation. It's just you and Fairfield now.
All right, then I'll talk directly to Fairfield. I get the feeling that I might have screwed up All right, then I'm going to take that as a sign that probably I didn't. Sorry, self-conscious, first time out in front of a group of us, if for lack of a better term.
You
Really don't
know,
want to screw up.
Derek?
From a past life. And I'll pull up my sleeves a little bit to like the recognizable bits. Like if somebody didn't quite know who I was, if they know those tattoos, they can probably get a gist. Um, yeah, from past life.
One of Anson's, right?
Yes. That comes with a whole litany of its own trauma, if you will.
What's wrong with Anson? He's a nice guy enough.
And I really hope this isn't out of turn, but nice enough to you.
Fair. I
To
hope it's nice enough to you that you can only trust a Toreador enough so you can throw him, in my opinion.
valid, but I'm more saying in the regard to mortals. Those forcibly on payroll wasn't so great to most of us. But it is what it is. It's behind us. I'm here, and I'm going to finish that sentence in my head.
Well, if Brink gives you any sort of more issues, please let me know.
Absolutely. I feel like I've said this a million times in this conversation. I'm just rather intimidated by you.
Why?
So I hope this isn't out of turn. And it's clearly just a power dynamic thing. You're way up there. I'm brand new. I don't want to say something stupid. I was hoping that maybe I might be able to make myself useful somehow, some way, shape, or form. I'm eager and around and ready to do my part for the movement. I just don't know who, what, when, where to get started.
I appreciate the ambition. May I suggest that maybe a few more nights on your own skin before you try to take on someone else's?
All I've known is someone else's. So I'd like to think I'm a little bit of a chameleon in that regard. So just please keep me in mind if anything comes up where you maybe need a fresh face that's pretty good with words.
When you were part of Anson's employ,
Yes.
mind if I ask what job you fulfilled?
Couple different positions, multiple different positions if you want to think of it that way. But talent acquisition and catering.
See, the catering bit I can get behind.
Yeah. When you look like this, it's real easy to walk up to just about anybody and go, "Hey, you want to party over here?" And then that's just the way that goes.
And you may have use for me yet, rather sooner than later.
Yeah. Just let me know when and how, and I'm happy to help how I can. I'm just tired of being nobody. You know what I mean?
I mean this in the most polite way possible, but it's probably going to come off brash. You have a few
Yes.
decades before that changes, friend.
Well, I believe it, but get
I think
started sooner than later.
No, I mean, it's not saying it's impossible. We had someone go from practically no one to Baron in 5.
Really, I just want to get to a spot where I feel comfortable enough to, try to put down some roots.
Again, let me see what you can do for a catering side for me, and that brings enough business or enough individuals in for in a cheap enough manner, I think we should be able to make something happen for you there.
Yeah, just again, when, where, and give me a quota, and I can make sure it happens. But now, my Baron, I'm sure you're very busy, so I will leave you to the rest of your the rest of your evening, and hopefully try to make a decent impression on, I don't know what the word is, my family members,
Your clan?
my clan. There it is. So
At
see
this
if we're
point,
all-
he sort of just rolls his eyes. Good luck.
that's what I thought.
You'll fit right in, Riley.
Oh, great. Thank you. Unless that's a bad thing, in which, ow. There's a very, just like, kind of grin.
He gives you a joking punch, sort of in the shoulder. It stings a little bit more than, it's not like he threw like a hard punch. It was very much like a joking one, but there was a little, even with the amount of effort that was withheld, still enough to, oh,
That's how you almost killed somebody outright.
and sort of continue to move on.
So, all right. Yep, and I'll, again, kind of light finger guns and spin move backwards to go find the rest of them Toreadors.
Fairfield just shakes their head and begins to almost look like be rushed by a couple of other individuals who are trying to hurriedly have a meeting with the Baron.
To think I just got a meeting with him because he walked up to me. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, that's what Riley's been up to. So
You definitely head over that way. You do recognize a familiar face now that the crowd sort of opens up as Adeline's in the middle dancing.
oh, then if there's a way in, then I would find my way in to go dance with Adeline.
Yep, not a problem. You
No real
definitely
need
get
to
a lot of eyes, but no one says anything.
I'm going to pretend I don't see them.
Interesting. Go ahead and roll charisma plus subterfuge for me. You're going to be setting a DC. So.
All right. Can I just not walk into a room and socially fight people? Holy shit.
No, it's called playing a Toreador.
Right? Charisma plus subterfuge. Subterfuge plus charisma. Plus my stunning dice plus awe, right?
Correct.
So that gives me an extra fiver on top of that? No. I can just do a max of 5. So I might have to roll a couple extra dice here, but we'll figure that out.
Easy peasy.
So here's the first bit of it. Hello? Where did they go?
Gone forever.
Did they not? Did they not go?
I didn't see anything go. I just see the whistle in
Oh.
sight.
Yeah, I'm upset. Okay. Let's try this again. Sorry, everybody.
How dare you?
Subterfuge. Plus charisma.
Yeah, that'll do.
And it's gonna show up as larceny, but it's just 2 dice that I need for the other 2 here. But just so you know, so we have our nice round numbers. Okay, so 9 successes.
Understood.
Thank
No
you,
one
nice.
seems to be of the wiser that you know that they know that you know that they know that they're watching you.
Oh hell yeah. Haha.
All right.
And that's for the foreseeable. Riley's just going to be dancing it out with Adeline, just having a good time. Proximity is enough of a statement at the moment.
Indeed, it is. Indeed, it is. Roughly about this time, the three amigos are back on the side.
Did any of us potentially see the Riley is approached by Brink and rescued by Fairfield situation?
This would have been during your conversation with X, and I will allow Marlowe the chance to go ahead and roll wits and awareness. DC's 3 because this is on the other side of this open dance floor.
Hey, I made it.
Yep. So Marlowe, you definitely see that interaction. Looks like Brink stopped, said something to Riley before Fairfield walked up, and they had a small conversation, and then went separate ways. And then you saw Riley disappear into a crowd of individuals and begin to dance.
Yep. It's not like I could have charged over there, but like, hey, Baron. So,
Yep.
nor would he anyway. So yeah, when when Vincent gets back, I'll say it looks like Riley was just talking to the Baron. So I guess we could just approach.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess the good news there is that seems like what we need to do if we're looking for somewhere to call home.
Yeah.
No. Gesture over towards where Kenneth is walking away from and say, that guy over there, it's where he got his, was something that he was granted by the Baron. Seems like it might be a status thing, though. I don't know if it's something that we can get today. But, to your point, can't really hurt to ask.
What?
Hey, so my plan here is basically just to figure out who all these people are and what they care about, more or less. Just have polite conversations. I didn't realize that doing political stuff here required dancing, so maybe I'll have to sign up for lessons after that. But we'll see.
Yeah, me too. I just stand in one place and nod a little bit, and I feel like that's dancing enough, you know?
I'm a terrible judge, but it worked for me. I guess, how are the two of you with crowd work? You think that we could potentially learn some things? Either overhearing or talking or what?
I didn't
I mean,
really
I'm
learn
not
much.
terrible at it.
Sorry, Kenneth, you were saying?
Oh, didn't really learn anything new, just sort of looking for more Nazis around here, but yeah, nothing.
I could poke around if you want.
Yeah. I think, if our goal is to make ourselves useful, one of the first things we need to know is what people care about. What are they working on? What's important to them? Some folks are going to keep that secret, but others are looking for help, so maybe we can learn something.
All right. So you think we should do that before we go talk to Fairfield?
Oh, either way, I don't know what Fairfield's going to be looking for here, so maybe we just walk over and he says, hey, yeah, here's an apartment, but I guess we'll see. I'm not really a up in front kind of person like that. It'd be useful to have Riley there, but Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go try it.
I
Okay.
like it. Let's do this.
I guess we'd like to bop over and see what the Baron's up to.
Yeah. As you guys awkwardly shuffle through the line,
We go overnight at the Roxburying.
exactly what I was sort of imagining, just bobbing around.
I have my work cut out for me with you three.
But you definitely could see what looks like a group of ladies that are currently talking to Fairfield, sort of going back and forth before dispersing, and one of them just like rolls her eyes and definitely looks unhappy with how the conversation turned out.
Is there a way that I could have tried to get close enough to overhear some of that?
Yeah, you absolutely can. It is gonna be wits and awareness, and DC is gonna be up at 4 here because they're definitely trying hard not to be heard.
Oh, I definitely won't do that.
Sure, sounds
4.
fun. Oh, um, it looks as though one of whatever a coterie is has gone missing, and Fairfield does not believe that the person's actually missing, that they just chose to leave out of his domain, and it doesn't seem super like he cares about that fact. And you definitely get the vibe from everyone that, especially the one that turned around and sort of rolled her eyes, that this has probably been something going on for a little bit with this group.
Wait and see if it seems like he's available to chat afterwards, or if he's not interested in talking to the kids.
Yeah. Roughly at this point, you do see the rest of them open up. As you have a 4 and you're sort of looking in, listening to this conversation, off on the side, you do see that masked individual again dancing with a individual.
Okay. So I guess we're here for something else. So would like to make our way up to the Baron. Baron,
Yes. Hi.
hi. It's just a million people here that we haven't met yet, and I didn't know if it was possible to get a quick who's who.
Um, I can definitely try. There's a lot of people here that are outside of my domain, so I don't know.
A lot of other new kids, so to speak.
A lot of new kids, and I mean even some of the more tenured individuals that are outside of my domain. I don't really know a lot about them. A lot of not my monkeys type of situation.
Got it. Got it. Well, we had a different question to ask you about potentially finding a safe space for us to meet up and to talk about things that are sort of this sort of business. But I think it's probably more important for us to figure out, who do we need to nod to? What are the titles we need to use? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Sort of looks around. You know the other barons for sure.
Yeah.
Brink has his coterie. I don't know who they are, but he points over to 3 individuals who are sort of spread almost like equal distance from Brink, but dancing in different circles. You have Eva and her what you want to call spy individual that because gathering information is around here somewhere. He was the one that was counting up everyone. Isaiah, I think his name is Isaiah, one of the two.
Okay.
That's sort of her right hand. I mean, me and mine. I guess really other big names is he sort of points over to the circle where Riley's dancing. Actually, the person Riley's dancing with is a big name as far as the Toreadors go. There's a guy who looks over and points over to a. I guess I have a question for Ian.
Yo.
A certain cloaked individual. How do they like to get down?
Certain cloaked individual is in like. Okay. Yeah. They. For as much as they don't necessarily want to be the center of attention, they fucking get it. When the music hits them just right, it's like there's no stopping them, man. Mostly pretty just vibey though.
That's Claudius.
Yeah.
They have a ghoul that is running around here somewhere, last I checked. But they're not affiliated with any sort of group. But they deal with a lot of cleanup and disposal for us.
Okay. We ran into someone earlier who seemed like they worked out of a Starbucks or something like that.
X, yeah.
Yeah, that was the name that he gave as well.
Did he also play the
folks have-
really interesting songs
Yes.
when he? Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah. It's really leaning into it. Do these folks have things like that, like places that are theirs that we should be either avoiding or playing nice when we're there?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, everything's sort of broken down at a barren level as far as territories go. Claudius has his own spot. I don't know if he's staying for how long, but I know they're temporarily working out of a morgue in Indianapolis. Eva has all of anything within 465. No fly zone unless you get her permission first. Which is sort of where X is as well in the Starbucks. What else? Anything like northwest to southeast on the upper half of 465 is mine, and on the south half is Brink's. So anywhere on my side, as long as you guys aren't causing any sort of issues, is free to hunt. Anything else is at your own risk, because you're outside of my jurisdiction. I can try, but I can't necessarily see what the other barons have in store for encroaching on their food.
Got it. And is that a don't cause trouble, or is that a don't go there?
You can go there, just don't cause trouble, don't eat. Unless you get some permission first. But no, I mean, you can travel as you like.
Cool. I'm gonna point over at the guy in the mask and go, how about them? You know who that is? The mask.
And you see him for the first time, Fairfield sort of look around see who's all watching. You know, a conversation that we had about Eva mentioned about the Sabat moving in.
Yeah.
Allegedly, they are part of that. I don't
I
know
see.
if that's necessarily true, but what we've been able to hear as far as what resources we have available for us.
They a problem?
Enough to keep them on our radar, but nothing we could tie them to as of yet. So they're just here. But usually, if they're here, then wherever the Sabat goes, it usually turns into a fiesta afterwards.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks. Really appreciate it. So you were talking about territory. Is that something that we need? Is that something that we should be trying to find, or?
Depends. You're trying to just have a meeting spot, hang out.
I'm gonna look over at Marlowe.
Looking over at me like expecting me to answer. Okay.
I don't know. It was kind of your idea.
I choose to believe that was out loud.
No, not at all.
Just looking at me like I got words. What the fuck?
I think we're eager to prove our worth and build a name for ourselves and start feeling like we have a purpose rather than we're sort of floating through the night. So some territory, some work, some opportunity for growth.
A chance to move out of the kids' table.
Yeah. I did talk to Riley a little bit about a very similar conversation. Not sure if you guys are looking to both move out of the kids' table together or if this is separate endeavors, but like I told them, I think it's good to get used to your skin first before looking to step out of the comfort zone of it. Because they're still rather new with underneath a week of being on this half of the 12 o'clock, as a friend of mine used to say.
Got it.
Not saying it's impossible, or not impossible, I guess. But, I mean, Eva was embraced a Baron in 5 years. That's not normal. And her circumstances was a little bit more chaotic. But territory is something that's definitely an ability to get given. I just need to make sure that you guys have the capabilities to hold it and maintain it. So, much like, getting a dog, right? You gotta make sure you can walk it. Because when you're put in that territory and given that area, every mortal within that territory becomes your dog.
Got it. Okay. I think that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for giving us some of your time. Really appreciate it. I'm sure you're busy.
Yeah, no problem. Let me know if you guys need anything else. I guess from the word on the street, a lot of these children of darkness seem to have taken a like to Riley and their ability to speak out. So,
Good to know.
be mindful.
I guess that causing problems for you, or?
No, this is what these things are for. It's what the whole purpose of this rant and rave is. Sometimes it's the rant first, where we get into heated discussions, and then we have the rave to sort of blow off some steam. But sometimes, if it's a rather light night, then we may start off with the rave portion to blow off some steam before building up some heat and tension.
Cool. Hey, one last thing, just before we let you go. Who are the folks that were here before us? They folks that we need to care about too, or just they weren't on the tour?
They're they're not from your class, but they found themselves in a sort of similar situation. Um, all of them are embraced in the same night by the same kindred.
Wow, it's a hell of a night.
Yeah. Um, but no, they're not to be rude, but they're nobodies.
I'm sure that's a lot of us. All right. Well, thanks again. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. As you guys sort of disperse from the conversation, another group of individuals begin to head up. Um, but this group of individuals almost shock Fairfield. Wasn't very much like the like the jovial conversation that you guys just had, but almost like he recognized someone out of respect as these three individuals sort of walk forward and introduce themselves to Fairfield. You guys are definitely still close enough. Baron Temple, I wasn't expecting you in town. As this conversation begins to sort of trail off.
So I guess there's our answer.
It sounded a whole lot like talk to me when you're an older kid.
A little bit. Or want to make sure that you're going to be able to make it through the night before we trust you to not wet the bed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But we gotta find something to do. Just floating around is not going to be conducive, I think, to the way Julian was feeling. And Riley feels like a force of nature that we need to point at something before Riley gets us into something.
Okay,
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, whoever the folks were that were here before us, we could go figure out if they need help. But that doesn't sound like it's going to have a lot of mileage under it.
I mean, honestly, investigating something like that is something that's kind of what I used to do, and that's kind of what you used to do too, right? I mean, that feels like that's right up our alley.
Yeah, a bit.
So sure,
I guess if you want
let's
to do some digging there, maybe we can figure out if there's a lead. I'm gonna see if I can't fade into the background and just try to make some friends.
All right, I'll go be blunt and offer to help.
Perfect.
Are you okay? What are you trying to? How are you trying to blend into the background, as it were?
I just basically want to small talk with people.
Okay.
Like find people who are in small groups or by themselves, and just, hey, I'm Vincent. Nice to meet you. What do you do here? New in town.
Are you avoiding any of the big target names that Fairfield gave you, or are they also on your list of flies on the wall?
I am not avoiding anyone in particular.
Are you attempting to actively go and meet with one of these, or just if it happens, it happens?
Yeah, if it happens, it happens.
While Vincent is out and about, if there's a chance, I think I would try to do the homie move and maybe introduce him to Adeline.
Yep, definitely possible. As you make your way around, Vincent, and begin looking at trying to find some individuals to talk up to. You see and sort of make eye contact for just a moment with Riley, dancing inside this circle of very much a clique in of itself.
Think that I like catch catch that Riley's trying to get my attention. Like, what? Like briefly, like what? No. Oh, all right. Come, fine,
It's
fine.
everything short of really cringy lassoing you in.
Yes.
And am I reading that group right? Are we having a good time over there right now, or at
Oh,
least am
yeah.
I having a good time over there right
I
now?
mean, Riley definitely is. Adeline's also having a good time.
So I don't
And
want to kill the
you get
vibe.
you definitely get the sense that people have come and gone during this time of trying to come up to Adeline, and Adeline's ignored them to a purposeful extent. But also dancing around you, not with you.
Valid.
If
Show
that
me
makes
off,
sense.
girl. I don't care.
No, it's not like necessarily like it has any sort of claim like that. They're just she is allowing you in the presence, but not dancing with you. If that makes sense. Like
That's fair.
I'm just trying to make sure that you have the
Yeah.
feel of it. But everyone else seems to be having a good time, laughing, dancing, and just goofing around as you not lasso Vincent in.
I mean, as far as Riley's concerned, not being like shooed away and allowed to be in that vicinity is a win.
Yeah, no, you feel, and I mean, people have come up and talked to you, made small talk, like how's it going and stuff like this. You feel very welcomed in your group of Toreadors.
Oh, sick.
A
Okay.
sense of
Toreadors like
belonging,
me.
as it were.
Yeah. I'm here for that.
Don't like really want to dance.
I will dance for the both of us in the way of you don't have to do much, but I'm going to move you every so often to make it look like you're dancing.
I mean, if that's what you want, but
I mean, but so stop being weird and meet Adeline.
wave.
Yeah.
She looks over
Or
towards
I guess
you.
if she's like not actively talking to us, like just polite nod.
Looks over towards you as if, really? She stops dancing. Hello.
Hi. I'm not sure why I'm here, but I'm Vincent, and Riley made me come over.
Hello, Vincent. And I also don't know why you're here, but welcome to.
I figured that if we were networking, I could help in this regard. Just, names to faces, that kind of stuff. That way, if I drop a name later, you're not confused as to who I'm talking about or anything like that. Vincent's great.
I'm here to get Riley in trouble.
100%. That's all he does.
Riley is good enough on their own. But, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you, Vincent. She gives you a very caring smile. Besides putting a name to the face, do you have any questions? So you guys, obviously you're new, and Riley's told me a little bit about your group.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out who we need to know.
And I saw
Just
you
another-
talk to Fairfield, yes?
Yeah. He's sort of our Baron, so one of the first people we met.
Not the worst option out there,
Oh, yeah?
personally. And I say that from being underneath the different Baron.
Got it. Well, anyway, don't need to take up any of your time, but we were just looking for the sort of the lay of the land, so I'll keep doing that.
Of course. And she sort of holds her hand out to you like that.
Do I know what to do with that?
Riley gives you a look that's like, come on.
I have a dot in etiquette.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
like he'll bring it up and put fingers under, thumb on top, and kiss the back of his thumb.
Riley, take note. And she goes ahead and continues the dance.
I'm gonna dance like a step away and go, I bring you over to meet somebody cool and you upstage me, dude. What the fuck? Nice.
I'm gonna
Good
pay
move.
for it for as long as I'm here dancing with you. So
Oh,
I'll
100%. I have fully fleshed out that thought, by the way, that I had brought up earlier. I don't want to be in the middle of your business, so if you have other things to be doing, awesome. If not, happy to chat whenever you're free.
I would say now is good, but maybe I'm not sure if here is. It's just a
Yeah,
lot of people.
yeah, we can find a spot. Bruce, can we find a spot?
Yeah, you have a whole baseball diamond of space to fill, either in the bleachers or inside of the infield.
Okay. Not in a weird way. I'll meet you at second base.
I guess part of the goal here would be like we want to find somewhere that's quietish, but doesn't look like we're trying to go off and find somewhere private. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. Again, I'm not being weird here. I'll meet you at second base.
All right, buy me a drink. Meet
I
you at
got
second
you.
base.
I got you. I'm gonna kind of wave my goodbyes and I'll be right back and all that kind of stuff and make my way out of the group of toreadors.
Adeline stops and looks at you while she's dancing, and then continues on.
While she's looking, I will very like over the top bow.
She perks up a little bit and continues the dance.
And then, yeah, as is the move of the night, spin move out of the group, off to second base.
I don't think that's ever been said as anything part of tonight, but good to know.
Spin move.
I was talking about the second base part,
Oh,
but maybe that's just Riley's always current
That's-
status at second base.
Riley is always at second base.
That's fair. That's fair.
If Riley's not at second base, yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. Why do you guys go to second base?
So weird.
The
Anybody had that on your bingo card?
You're cheating. Kenneth, are you just staying with Marlowe as they're heading over to talk to this group of ladies about what is going on, or is there something you would like to go and investigate or look around while everything's sort of happening?
I will say quickly, out of character, how far away would Crown Hill Cemetery be from the Ran Rave? Like approximately, do you think?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm doing a thing. Roughly about a 10-minute drive.
Okay. Way too far to walk, then. Okay.
Not if you're brave enough, but
Say with that attitude.
I mean, true, but I don't want to get burned by the morning sun, you know.
I mean, if you can't make a 10-minute walk or a 10-minute drive and a walk before the sunlight comes up, you have bigger issues, friend.
Very out of shape in your mortal life. It carried over.
I
Sorry.
hate to see it.
Hmm. I think for now, at least, I'll just go over to where, sort of Vincent and Riley are going over to, and I'm not sure if Merlot's following, but I'll keep in the back of my mind, like, maybe I should slip out sort of at some point and maybe head in that direction while no one's really super paying attention to where I am.
Vincent and Riley, as you guys begin to sneak off to second base, you guys do see there a third party is beginning to make their way to second base with you.
Look to see who it is.
It's Kenneth.
Oh. think I'm okay with Kenneth being around for this.
That sounded like such a disappointed oh, just like, oh.
Oh.
You weren't supposed to hear the O. that was an inside O. I'm sorry if it came out.
Spoken like a true Toreador. Congratulations, you made it.
Did I say that? I'm so sorry. That was only a little bit real.
50%, okay.
Oh, I'm joking. You're allowed to be here.
What was the thought?
So, the thought. And I mean this in all seriousness. I feel like you and I are hustling in the same direction competitively. And I would rather us not be.
What makes you think we're competing?
Fact that I don't know. I'm catching a vibe that maybe we're competing a little bit. And you know what? If we're competing, competition breeds everything, innovation, whatever you want to call it. But I feel like there's a little more of a relationship that could be built here that flourishes outside of competition. So I propose a split of approach.
Mm-hmm.
You handle the spooky stuff, I handle the political stuff. So everything going on with trying to cut in with what's his face at Starbucks, that's all you, and I will support you how I can. Watching you move around here tonight, interacting with people, I think you're fine. But I know that I can move in and out of these groups a little cleaner. So if you leave that side to me, we kind of divide and conquer that way.
Yeah. I got no problems with that. I guess I don't know if there's a non clinical term for this, I suppose, but you do seem like a face. Trying to figure out if you've got a scheme.
I'll bring you in on my scheme.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
The scheme is acquire currency, have a great life. The scheme is get people to respect you and they leave you alone so you can have a good life. As it kind of stands, I think I'm making some pretty good headway with the other children of the night so far.
Yeah. It's going around.
Which, I mean, if I've picked up on anything, it's you want those murmurs and things like that. So,
Yeah.
the positive ones.
Let me throw a thought by you, see what you feel about it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just
There's a lot of really powerful people here. People that folks fear for various reasons. Power is bullshit. It's an illusion.
right.
It's a story that they tell people and that other people tell themselves. All these people have secrets. All these people have things they need, things they want, things they rely on other people for. You want to get people to respect you and to give you your space. You need to figure out what they want. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I fully support that. I think that there is some leverage to having that kind of information, especially if we go forward with this divide and conquer kind of mentality. Having that leverage in the right political situations can strong arm somebody into or out of a situation, as it were.
Yeah.
So I provide you with the information that I get on the political social level. You provide me with maybe not the full secret, but enough that I can sprinkle it in and let them think that I know. And then if it really comes down to it, you and we shake hands and we do what we got to do to strong arm somebody in that regard.
Yeah.
Does that sound amenable?
Sounds perfect.
All right. I'm going to look at Kenneth. Anything to add there, big guy?
Nope. Not really a business person, but I'll respect what y'all are doing. So
Well, I
I'll
don't know
add
if
what
it's business as much as
I can.
politics. And I
Sure.
think that a lot of people claim that they're not into politics, but politics happens to you whether you participate in it or not. So,
Yeah,
100%.
good point. I'll add what I can when I can, I suppose.
Valid.
Anything I learn,
Yeah. Um. Earlier, Vincent, you and I had kind of that like handshake agreement of no knives till there's knives, right?
yeah.
I'm trying really hard to make sure there's no knives.
From me or for you?
I mean, knives can point either direction.
Okay. I don't think we. I don't think we know enough to be dangerous to anybody yet. So,
I would rather just never be dangerous to each other, is what I'm getting at.
yeah, I agree.
Mutual
But
destruction and all.
yeah,
So, okay. I think maybe I put a little more weight onto this conversation than I should have, but I would rather say it and get it out there than be on the wrong page.
uh, don't take this the wrong way, but you're too pretty to fuck that one up that bad. So,
Okay.
I feel like a thing to remember too is, are we gonna want to stay sort of as our own group and as like our own, I don't know the word for it, but
coterie seems to be the thing.
Coteries the word that goes around. 1 second. I'm gonna text Marlo and just go second base question mark. Not in a weird way. Just come here.
Marla will reply, "Gotta buy me dinner first."
Winky face, eggplant, winky face. Yes. Uh,
Marla will reply, "It's a date."
bet. Come here. Second base.
If I understand those emojis correctly, we might need to move to third base.
No, we'll
yeah,
see where the night goes. We'll see where it goes.
Where am I at as far as following the people that had been talking to Fairfield before
Yeah.
us?
You're just maybe a few steps away. Not too far.
I already walked over here. I'll do second base after this.
Nice. As you head up to your this group here, they do seem to be in a heated discussion, sort of. As they sort of stop and notice you heading over in their direction.
In my best, not awkward, totally not a new guy space,
Uh-huh.
I will introduce myself. Hey, sorry to interrupt. My name's Marlo, and I overheard, wasn't spying or anything, but overheard you might have something that needs looking into, and I'm kind of skilled in that way, as are some of my companions. So if it's something that needs doing, perhaps it's something we can help you with.
What book did you fall out of? Companions? What?
So, I don't know all the lingo yet, honestly.
Yeah. No, I mean, sorry.
And they're not really friends. Like, like they're not. I barely know them, but they seem like they've got a good skill set.
Colleague?
So they're not really friends. I think people I know. Some randos I woke up with. Is that better?
That sounds like a way better evening than tonight. Yeah. Sorry. It's been a very long couple of weeks. Marlo, you said?
Yeah, Marlo.
Uh, hey, Kate, nice to meet you. Um, you, new? Yeah?
Yeah,
Cool.
can't tell by the super awkward way that I'm having this conversation.
No, I
It's
mean, I just didn't know if it was your personality or not. No offense.
a little offense. Okay.
Maybe a little. Um, you, okay, so you say you have a particular set of skills, um, for finding missing individuals, yes?
Yeah, finding individuals, investigating, tracking things down.
Okay. One of our coterie mates, I think, has gone missing. Well, if you ask us, yeah, she went missing. And if you ask Fairfield, she's on a bender.
Okay. When was that?
I mean, now is happening, but she's been gone for going on 2 weeks.
It's a long bender.
That's what I was saying.
Well, if you want to talk about this here, we certainly can, or I could give you my number, and we could talk about it later. I know people are partying. I don't want to, ruin your evening talking about business.
Yeah, do you have a phone?
Yes.
Do you mind?
Sure.
She instantly goes to contacts, throws a number in with Kate with a smile. Go ahead. Call me when you're free.
Will do. Have a nice night.
Yeah, you as well.
With that, I will take my leave.
Freaking dork.
You're a rando.
Damn.
My entire personality and psyche is shattered.
Shortly after, we now have a four-way at second base.
Nice. You're welcome. None of us
Wow.
would have been in this situation without me. I have led you here, for I am Spartacus.
Four-way at second base is a very confusing metaphor.
Hey, man. Don't try to understand it. Just steer into it, baby. Hello. Nice of you to join us.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm not sure. High school was a long time ago, and this whole place is it's a vibe.
Oh, this place is
Yeah,
high school.
It's like a high school with executions.
Yeah.
Right, though. Be a way cooler high school, but whatever. Anyway, important question got brought up, and I didn't want to speak for the whole group, so I figured we would talk about it, the four of us, and then we would call Julian and get his opinion. It might be a little early in the relationship, but what are we?
I
I
feel
can't believe
like
you asked me this after this. We got to second base. I mean,
Yeah, 100%. No, the term potential coterie has gotten tossed around a couple of times, and I know that term carries some weight, so I don't want to just agree to it for everybody. But I'd be down.
I just got made fun of for referring to you as companions, and then switched to randos that I woke up with. So, sure. Coterie sounds like a totally less made up word than companions.
Companions are for dorks. Coteries are cool kids.
I liked
Coterie
randos
sounds
that
like a place that I go buy a jacket. Just saying.
You're thinking
It- it-
corduroy.
No, that's a type of jacket.
And a great book.
you know, 5 randos you woke up with also sounds like a really messy one-night stand.
Been there.
Yeah.
As
Not worth
opposed
it.
to as opposed to the sequel 4-way at second base.
Been there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool so far.
So look, I from what I understand, this coterie thing, it is a big deal. I think we should. I'm open to it. I think we have some interesting. I think we have skills that maybe will complement each other. But I think we should probably test that out first. Let's see how we work together when we have a thing. And that's actually what I was doing. That girl Kate, we overheard. She's got a missing coterie mate. Maybe we can track them down and see how it goes.
Sure. Be good to figure out what sorts of things cause us to go missing.
Well, I think we have some idea of the sorts of things that might cause people like us to go missing.
Yeah. But I'm hoping that they're not all, hoping that they're not all human.
Well,
Can
I mean,
confirm
like,
they're not.
maybe the Baron grabs you and then lights you on fire or decapitates you.
Good point.
Yeah. I mean, best way
I
to
feel
not
like
get- Yeah, no, go.
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like a big thing going forward is gonna be trust. I mean, Vincent was saying it's gonna be a game of politics from here on out, and it's true. We're gonna be throwing around a lot of information to each other, potentially from all different sorts of clans. And not to be sort of antagonistic, but how do we know one of us isn't just gonna take that and walk away with that?
Walk away to who? I mean,
I mean, I don't know, but that's the question. How do we know we can trust each other? I just met you guys, in all fairness.
well, I think you definitely can't, right? That's the
So-
vibe, right?
I think it's a very good question. I think it's a very real question. At this junction, I agree with Marlo. I don't think we can. I think we trust that we can't trust each other until we can. Look for
I
the
mean,
best in.
That's the thing that's never going to change. Trust is a choice. And to your point, Marlo and Kenneth, I would say, don't share anything too sensitive yet.
And frankly, I don't know who wants to know what. I don't want to be put in the position of knowing secrets about any of you that I'm not supposed to know. So, let's share what's needed to get this job done, and then go from there.
Yeah,
We've got eternity to get to know each other.
that's true.
That is true, putting it that way.
Well, I guess let me offer first, and we'll see what y'all do with this. One of the reasons that I'm looking forward to going around and gathering some rumors is to figure out who left early and who left upset. Because on the topic of who has secrets, those are going to be good people to learn about.
Why are you mad? That's a good headspace for that. Would recommend. Yeah.
So that's me sharing. But anyway, let's figure out this job, Marlo, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, I say job. We didn't really talk about money, and do it a favor, maybe, I think is probably how this really works, right?
So,
Sure.
what I've found out is that money means nothing to these people. You live forever. A dollar is what the fuck's a dollar? It's all who you know, and it's all favors. That is the economy. So we reach out, we do something for this group. Now that group owes us in kind. That's how this functions, right? So don't go out of your way to do anything for anybody. Or don't let people go out of their way for you unless you're willing to reciprocate. That's kind of what I'm getting at there. Cool.
Makes sense.
So if we did a thing for them, they would owe us a comparable thing. Is that how that works?
To my understanding, yeah. There needs to be an agreement on that as payment. I think it's called boons. Oh,
And
by
I
the
got
way,
made fun of for calling it
yeah,
companions? Like,
I was
seriously?
I was just gonna bring that up. Whoever you were talking to, they clearly suck.
Well, they are a vampire.
Hey, oh, that's a slur now, I think. Uh, but anyway, yeah. So I mean, if you have a way to get in touch with them, maybe we just
Yeah,
not so altruistically.
yeah. No, I got her number. I said it
Nice.
seems like we didn't really want to. It's a party, right? It doesn't seem like the place to talk business. And I don't know who wants to. I don't know that we want people overhearing our business and that kind of thing. To your earlier point, so
Yeah. And I'll put out this piece. It sounds like at least 2 of the 4 of us have pretty good finding people abilities. I don't have that. So I would say I can try to like smooth some people out of stuff or whatever, but I'm not any good at following people or Googling them.
To the earlier point, you can go negotiate for price.
Yeah, I can. So just since you're the one who
Fine.
talked to him, if you want to set up a date and time kind of thing, I can rock up and make sure that we're at least taken care of in the future for it. Cool.
yeah. Just send her a text and we'll figure out a date and time. That works.
Yeah. Speaking of text, I'm gonna send another text to Julian, and the text just says, "Are you sane?" Question mark.
What a text.
You won't get an immediate response.
Only because
All right.
Julian's swearing at their mind right now.
I guess, did you do that like sort of obviously? Is that something that I could have been like, what are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely. It's in the middle of the it was like, oh, speaking of text, hold on. And I'm like, I'm looping Julian in.
After a couple minutes, if you don't get a reply, you'll get a text from Vincent that says, "Are you dead?" question mark.
Oh my god, we should fuck with him. Everybody either text him, "Are you sane?" or "Are you dead?" We need it to be exact split. He's gonna shit his pants. Just me? Okay.
I mean, I'm clearly on board.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll send a little. Are you sane? That way.
That's my fucking guy right there.
You have no idea how hard it is to, respond with a flip phone.
The people of this generation don't quite understand.
How do you text when you gotta do the like rotary?
Oh, yes.
Hand me your phone. I'll do it for you.
It's- tick, tick. God damn it! I went past the W. Tick 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 tick. Okay.
You absolutely love and hate this skit. Only like a third of our audience understands that, but it's fine.
T9 is brutal.
Yeah, true. I'm checking one thing real quick here.
You've been rolling dice over there, and that makes me nervous.
You should be nervous.
No, I like what you said better. You shouldn't be nervous.
I'm more terrified that the guy that's not here was just like, yeah, no, you're boned. Anyway.
I'm just saying that because I'm not there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're boned. Anyway, T9 sucks, right?
Yeah. So I've got this techno beat in the background.
Exactly, as you should.
So did you guys have the whole conversation on second base?
We might have slowly moved to shortstop.
I wasn't sure if it was a walk and talk.
Slowly drift out into the outfield.
At the risk of sounding completely terrible, I don't think you can afford the outfield.
Rude.
Dang.
I have a very specific clientele that can't afford the outfield, and you're not one of them. But we could talk payment plans.
Payment plan.
That,
Four easy installments of your blood.
is that the automated piece?
Easy installments of your blood.
You too can go to the outfield.
And
I
there
remember
are.
how that works correctly. Okay.
Well, now I'm just gonna sell your blood to people.
Crap. The wrong one first.
Good. As you guys
These gigglings, man.
as you guys are wrapping up this conversation, you guys hear the sound off in a bit of a distance, but not too far. The sound, what it sounds like a car wreck.
A car crash. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
But downtown, a little bit busy as the Indians game sort of let out. Not totally.
Aren't we at their
Riley's phone will
Yeah.
start to ring.
Oh. I will look at my phone. Is it Julian?
Yeah.
All right. I will answer it. Hello.
I don't know what to do.
Regarding.
There's so much blood.
Okay. Can you tell me where you are?
I killed him.
Okay. So we're gonna end this conversation, and I'm gonna come find you. Can you tell me where you are?
In a car.
Okay, cross streets, big guy, please.
I don't know what he was driving. He had
Did
a
the car
telephone
just
pole.
crash?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on my way. Be cool. Just stay put.
What do I do? Just stay?
No, stay close, but not.
I'm
just
covered in
you know-
blood.
Yeah, no, I'm on
There's
my way
so
right
much
now.
blood. It's
I'm on my way.
everywhere.
Yep, nope, we're not talking about this on the phone anymore. It's not that I don't want to help you. It's that this is sketchy. We're on our way.
Asking
Yep,
for a friend.
we're on our way. And I'll just hang up and go, hi, Julian's in trouble. We should, that car that we heard, that most likely him, we should go double check that.
Okay.
I don't think
Okay.
he's, I think he's off his Gandhi shit. So, yeah,
And
be
with
ready.
that, we'll go ahead and wrap up tonight's session. As the Coterie second baseman.
Yo, the second baseman is a great name.
That is like
Thank
our
you.
bar that we're
Thank
gonna own
you.
for
There
sure.
you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, if you're lucky, you can get to second base. You feel me? Shit.
The VIB section only.
Absolutely.
But thank you guys so much for coming, hanging out. Really do appreciate it. We'll be live again next week with another episode of Indy by Night. But once again, this is episode 7, Repercussions. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys next week for another episode. Have a good night, guys.
There we are. That's my camera.